Let's see what joyous fun we can get into today using just 8 mods and building out towns all over this beautiful map. Today we are adding in high density. Let's get started. The first thing I want to do today is get down our Central Park asset. This is one of the uniques that came with the Green Cities DLC, and I want to make sure we have enough room for it. So I'm just going to make some space right here. Okay, deleted more than I thought it was, but I think it's fair to get this in, start over fresh, and redo the road network in what will be our downtown hub. Okay, now I'm going to focus in building up layers in height as we move towards the Central Park. So my goal is to use zoning to help me create these small layers in height. So we're going to go with local and organic produce here. Then we're going to use office zoning. We have the wall-to-wall, which is a good mid-rise level. And then we'll go into that high densities green DLC residential zoning. So let's give that a try and see if that will work. Okay, a lot has filled in. I am not feeling this local and organic produce here like this. I don't like the look of it, and I don't think it's actually helping us with that layer of height. So I think I'm actually gonna come in and use some landscaping for this instead. Okay, I do like the pedestrian paths here. I'm gonna use 2 different levels of landscaping. I'm going to do these small bushes. I'm going to use our young linden, and then I'm going to use the trees that we have on the street, these tall ones. And let's just take a look and see what this looks like. Okay, actually, I think this is going to work really well in creating a little separation and helping go up in those layers of height. So I'm going to do this all the way down this street and we'll see what it looks like, but I think this is going to work really well. Okay, let's do a little straightening out here so the concrete or the grass isn't poking through here, and let's get down on a first person view and see how this layer and height transition with the landscaping feels. Okay, we are in the low density and we are approaching. Yes, I think the landscaping works. I really like that. Let's take a look from here. Yeah, I really like that build up in height. I think it actually works really well. You guys have to let me know what you think. Okay, I went through and I marked most everything over there historical, so that way we keep the height that's there. I don't want things getting any taller than they are. Moving forward, I don't need to worry about that because now we're okay with just the buildings getting as high as they want to be at this point. So I think this is going to work really well. I'm going to fill in the zoning here and we're just going to go section by section today. We'll start doing some detailing in a bit and really just watch this new town grow. This is so exciting. We are making progress. I love the look of these Green Cities buildings, the high density, they're so nice. Okay, as I build, I'm just kind of moving our bus lines around, making sure we're scooping up more people. Eventually, this bus route will go around the whole town, but I think for now, this will work. Just making minor adjustments as we build out. We've got 6 buses there. I mean, people don't have to wait long for a bus, so that's good. We'll make that one 6. Okay, let's continue on. I so love the look of these high density green DLCs residential buildings. I think they are so pretty. Okay, let's go ahead and upgrade our roads with trees. So these tall trees we specifically picked because they were going to be able to stand up next to all of these tall buildings. I think these trees look great. You guys will have to let me know what you think, but I really like them with this high density. Okay, I think it's time now to go block by block before we get too far ahead in the zoning and just take some time to do some detailing and really bring some character to these new blocks that we developed. So I'm going to take some time out right now and do the thing I love to do most, which is plant trees, do some detailing, and just make this a place that you would want to live. Now, there are going to be a lot of these like little odd shaped green patches behind buildings. And I'm just going to take advantage of these and really see them as if you lived in these apartment buildings and you wanted to come outside, let your dog out, or maybe just sit outside. So I'm going to make sure that we always have some sort of little green space behind these apartment buildings. Just to provide that area, and then wherever I can just make some other nice kind of outdoor areas for the neighborhoods, because it is a lot of high rises and concrete, and so I want to make sure when I'm detailing that I am leaving green space, but just also making things make sense and using the concrete where it makes sense to, essentially. So the other thing I always think about in my detailing is functionality too. So I use the single line on the surface painter a lot to kind of create these little faux pathways, because if you lived in an apartment building or worked in an office, it would be convenient if you could, you know, make sure you can walk from one building to the next or get to the street easily from the back of the building. So I'm always thinking about how pedestrians would move around when I'm doing my detailing, and just making sure I'm also honoring that space, providing privacy where necessary, but mostly focusing on connectivity. Like this large block here is a prime example. If you lived in these apartment buildings, it would be so nice to utilize all this green space that's behind where you're living, but also it would be very valued to be able to have an easy connection through this little, you know, apartment complex, and be able to have access to the road as well. Okay, and I see the perfect spot for a little sneaky path. We have the bus stop right there. And if we can sneak a little path here, which we can, it's gonna make so much sense. And it makes sense to fill in concrete here, especially since all these buildings can just easily walk across the street and get to this green space that we've just created. And of course I messed up the zoning, but maybe we'll make this more of a park. Okay, and I'm just gonna build upon that connectivity and bring a path down to this level. That way you could easily also get to the park from here as well. Yeah, this is coming together really nicely. Okay, I'm really not a fan of this kind of farmer's market stall, particularly right here. I'm going to take this out. We can use this opportunity to bring in some parking to this area. And we do have a nice little green space behind these buildings, so I'm okay if we add just a touch. Yeah, one of these little parking. We'll fill in the pavement, and then we'll make the rest of this green space look nice. And I'm okay with this farmer's market over here. That's cute, actually. So now let's just do a little bit of landscaping back here. I kind of like using this kind of heavier tree to kind of make this path feel secluded from the buildings. And then this will be our little green patch where you can, you know, come bring your dog to use the restroom. So that'll be perfect. I love creating these little tiny spaces and just thinking about how people would need to use them. It's really how I approach most of my detailing. Again, I think there would be value here for a little path. We're going to destroy a little bit of zoning, but I think this will just be a nice, wherever you can have pedestrian paths and just make connectivity easier, you really bring value to a neighborhood. So, and then I'm just using dirt paths as that desire path, like it's a path that people have just made on their own, because we do have the bus stop right here. So I feel like that's going to be a valuable add throughout this area. Okay, let's just bring in some landscaping. Okay, now that we've kind of got our high density area a bit more landscaped, we still need to landscape our low density. I have not done that yet, but look, we have our bus stop near the little playground we put in, and people are using the crosswalk we put in. This is great. I really love these trees. I think they look so fantastic. And I love the mixture of the little pops of local and organic produce among these, you know, the mid-rise buildings that we have for the offices. The wall-to-wall zoning looks so good with the high density of the Green Cities DLC, and then just having those little tiny coffee shops and things mixed in from the local and organic produce. I really am enjoying the feel of this area. It's very cool. And I love all the hills. I don't know, I'm obsessed with hills right now. I think it reminds me of Seattle where I grew up, and I just love that. But yeah, I hope that you guys are enjoying the way that this is coming together so far. Okay, let's move on. I want to move this bus stop up here. I know we'll probably end up keep moving these around, but I'm just trying to service the area well as we are kind of going through this construction phase. I wonder. Yeah, move you up there for a second so I can see what's going on. Okay, there we go. Now we can move you back down. All right, buses are arranged. I missed a spot detailing. We got one more block to do, so let's do this real quick and then we'll move on. Okay, before we add any more zoning, I want to create a satellite campus. We have our non-DLC community college essentially over in New Brighton, which is just down the road from here. So I think I want to use some of these facility buildings and just, What else do we have here? We do have this high capacity. I don't know. I like the idea of using the facility buildings because I'd like to create a cool little pedestrianized campus in here and bring in some plazas and stuff. So let me see what I can put together. Okay, now I want to turn this into a little pedestrian area right inside the campus. So I think we'll go ahead and bring this large pedestrian service point because I think I'm going to pedestrianize our giant farmers market we're going to build over here anyhow. So I think we can just put this in. And if we move it later, that's fine, but I think it's okay there on the corner. And then we are going to use this road here. Oh, looks like we're gonna have to move a few things. Okay, I really like this. Yeah, these have 800 capacity each. I think that will do well for now. Okay, let's do some detailing. I want to bring in the same tree we used in our other this one we used in our community college, and I think it'll be fun to pull this through here as well, just to kind of highlight that it's, you know, a little satellite campus from there and pay homage to that using the tree, which I think is pretty cute. Okay, I want to do some little tables just to kind of create the illusion of like some outdoor study areas. So I think I'll just do a couple little groupings of tables just to kind of make spaces for students to use. Yeah, I think that's good. I don't think we need anything more than that. Simple is good. And I really like how this turned out. Let's go ahead and move our bus right in front of the satellite campus. I think that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, I am feeling good about this. Okay, before we get to any more zoning, I need to think about services because we have poor coverage over here and we're just going to keep increasing to this population. So actually, I think we're gonna go with the bigger one. Let's see. Yeah, this high capacity fire station. All of this is gonna be pretty tall buildings. I think it's okay if we kind of go with some meatier assets here. Better coverage area overall. In fact, we should probably do a big hospital. Let's see. What do we have here? I think we'll use one of these. There's this one. It's kind of a nice size. This one is huge. Oh my goodness. I think we will go with this one. Yeah, let's go right there for the hospital, and then let's go with that larger police station. Where do we want to tuck that into? Maybe there? Yeah, I think that's going to provide some good coverage for our city. Okay, and death care, I think we're going to do a crematorium and a cemetery. So I think we'll keep these kind of around the park. That makes sense to me. So let's see if we can fit this. Oh, perfect. Right next to the park. Okay, we are set on services. We can continue to build. This little spot is crying to be made a park, so I think we'll put in a dog park right here and just use some trees and just let this be some open space for the community. I am feeling really good about the progress that we're making today, and I just love how this town is developing. Let's dive in and do another block of zoning and detailing. Okay, these blocks are a bit larger, so I do want to make sure before I do any zoning, I go ahead and add in some path work ahead of time. I'm okay with these being larger blocks. I think it'll be nice, but I want to make sure we are well connected with our pedestrian paths. Okay, now we can just let everything grow up. Wow, I love how this is coming together. Oh, I can't wait till we have everything done around our park. This is just looking so cool. Okay, time to take a look at our buses. I think we need to pull these lines through. So let's go all the way to the outside road here. And once we have the whole town done, we might completely revamp these. But as we build, I just want to kind of move the goalpost every time and making sure that we are picking every one up. Okay, I think that's where I'm going to stop the development for today. We've gone 4 blocks. So what I think I'm going to do is focus the rest of the time on continuing our waterfront park and bring in some more substantial assets. Kind of want to go for a garden feel here and just kind of extend this whole park area. And again, we're providing this amazing amenity for everyone who lives here. You just have to walk a couple of blocks down to the water. Oh, we should definitely do the floating cafe in here. That would be so cool. Okay, let me do some road work here and get this all set up, and then we will do some detailing. My favorite thing. Okay, and I really want to make this place feel like a destination. We're going to add some parking here, and then I'm going to use surface painter and some detailing to, you know, this is a restaurant here that you're pulling up to and parking, and then you get to, I'm assuming a boat comes and picks you up to go out to the floating cafe, question mark. We don't ever see that in the game, but I'm assuming that's how it works. But I just kind of want to almost give like the restaurant a little bit of an entrance here using some landscaping. I love using like bushes and shrubbery, and like these tall grasses are so great just to kind of help define an area. I really like doing that. You notice I'll do that a lot with especially like the small bushes to like line those faux paths I create and things like that. It just really makes a place feel like a bit more defined, which I feel like is really important. Okay, let's do a little bit of this around here. Yeah, I think this is looking pretty cute. Okay, so I think we'll kind of use that vibe and template to kind of do up this whole area. Let's see what we can put together and really make this feel like a bit more of a destination. Then the rest of the waterfront has kind of been a nice walking path with some kind of parks and things, but this is going to feel a bit more on the entertainment side versus just walking through the park. Okay, a little bit of Tetris there, but I really like how this area is feeling. I'm gonna do a little broken fencing here with some desire paths down to this park area. And then we'll use our same bushes that we've kind of been using down here. think like picking a specific palette of landscaping can really help an area feel, like I said, defined and special. I really like this. Okay, I want to pull in a path here, and then I think we'll add a little playground, and then I really want to make sure that we add in the park info booth over here. I think it makes the most sense. Okay, and then right here, I want to take advantage of this waterfront. And yeah, let's do the chessboard. I think that's a really nice. Let's do a little bit of that and a little bit of fencing for safety. And I think this area of the park is complete. Okay, now we have to dive in and detail these blocks that we just added in. Again, I'm going to be doing the same thing, using concrete where it makes sense, making sure I'm leaving little green spaces just to have something near your apartment building, place to take your dog outside, things like that. So I'm just going to keep up with the same kind of thought process that we've been doing for all of these blocks. Just been walking around the city and I love how everything is feeling. I especially love this kind of different vibe we did for this waterfront park here, and the citizens are loving it. I'm catching a walk now from the other side. We're got our low density. You can see the high density view in the background. I just think this is so great, and I kind of like that we have this kind of more nature vibe near our low density, and then as we approach the high density part of our city, we kind of get into these more substantial park assets. So, and clearly, ouch, we have a lot of detailing to do on the lower density. That is not looking snazzy there, but I am so happy with everything that we got accomplished today, and this is looking really nice. Let's check on our buses. Whoa, popular. All right, I think I want to wait till the town is finished, but I think once the town is finished, there's going to be an argument for adding in some metro. So maybe that'll happen in the last episode of this Green Cities DLC town. Okay, this is an invitation to come join me this Friday in the Discord. The link will be in the description below. I'm going to be doing another Friday detailing session. I don't know of the exact time, but I'll put it on my community tab soon, and also I'll announce it in the Discord. But I want to create a green belt along this feeder road along the highway, so that's what we're going to be detailing. So come and join us, hang out if you can. Again, I'll figure out the exact time and I'll make sure to post it up on my channel. I hope you all have a joyful day, and I'll catch you next time.